Hi there, let's talk about business coaching strategies that help you make profit right now. When you started your business, you got involved and I'm not exactly sure what you did to get involved, whether you actually did a lot of research or whether you just found yourself in business one day, and that happens on both extremes. But regardless of that, your desire was to get into business, have a better quality of life. We wanted to get into business to turn around and make some more money, have a better quality of life for ourselves and our families and the people we care for. We didn't get into business so that we could struggle and not have enough to pay our bills. That was never part of the equation. So what we want to do is we want to take a look at what's really happened. So you probably find yourself working really hard, maybe 10, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. It's not uncommon for a business person in the first couple of years of business to put in 60 or 70 hours a week and really find themselves really doing a lot of different tasks that they never expected to do. Usually we come into the business with a set of skill sets that we can put to use, and we want to be able to make profit from those skill sets. Quickly we find out, though, that that's not necessarily always the case. You work really hard, and at the end of the month you may look at your checkbook and go, wow, where did all the money go? So there's a lot of other factors at play. And in a simple context, I'm going to give you some secrets that you may want to think about moving forward so you can actually build your business in a much more profitable way. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about two important factors that show up when you think about making profit. The first one is volume. The more volume that you make, the more you've got to work with, and that's really critical. The second one is expenses. And when we have lots of expenses, you don't make as much profit. When your expenses are lower, you make more profit. So in a simple way, all you really have to do is make more money and don't spend as much money, and instant profit. Ta-da! That's all it takes. However, there are some other factors that do get into the mix of all this, and we do have to understand those as well. So let's take a look at some of those different factors and see what we can think about when it comes to those. If you ever think about your business as a growing organism, in the sense that it's going to grow and it's going to get bigger, you're going to find out that there's different levels of the way your revenue cycle works. So your first level will probably be something that's very much attached to you doing the physical work. If you're a tradesperson, that's going to be you doing the actual physical work in the trade. If you're a professional, that might be you also doing the professional work. If you're in sales, that might be also you doing the physical task of all the sales plus everything else that's involved. So most solopreneurs and most people that are in business are going to turn around and do pretty much everything in the first level of their business until they can afford to hire on those key critical people that they need. In that way, that revenue model, the way that you're actually making money, is actually established very quickly. You do it all, you get paid for it all. It's simple. The bad part is you can run out of hours real quick doing things that you're really not designed to do, or really kind of interested in doing, or you don't have the energy for it. So sometimes you'll find yourself getting farther and farther behind in certain tasks that you don't like to do. That could be that you're not getting your accounting done the way that you would like it to happen. You're not getting some of the other things done in prospecting. You might start yourself doing quite well in business development, then finding yourself busy, and then stopping the business development only to find out that you've got nothing left to do after you finish all your contracts. It can start a yo-yo cycle. And that's the first style of revenue building that we actually go through as you build your business. The second style of revenue building is a little bit different than that. You've now got some revenue coming in on a regular basis, and it's starting to grow. And this is where you bring in other people in your industry to actually help you out with some of the technical aspects of your business. So that might be hiring some other people to actually physically do the work that you used to do yourself. That second stage of business has some different components to it that cause us to make more profit or less. And it's not the kind of things you would think of. One of the first things that's going to show up is how you actually manage, lead, and supervise that individual. If you don't have a good model for that, or you haven't been taught that over the course of time, you're going to find yourself struggling, making some mistakes, going through different people and finding out that you just can't attract the right people to do the job you want. They won't have the standard that you will. They're going to do different things that aren't going to be something that you're going to want as a business practice, and they might cost you more money than anything else. So making that shift to actually bringing other people in your business can be, at times, very difficult. And it's very, very stressful when you think about it. To bring somebody else in and always wondering what's going on and how they're doing and having to check up on them and supervising them and finding out they're not doing, the job that they're supposed to. Or maybe when you leave, you find out you can't really trust the fact that you've left because now you've got these people there and they're not going to do the job that you would have done or take care of the clients the same way. And if you've ever left that kind of situation, you're going to find two things. One is you're going to have some maybe complaints from clients if it's not doing the job you want it to do. That could be one thing. The second part is you'll come back and you'll find that there's all kinds of things that were missed along the process. Some of those misses, some of those client losses could cost you dearly in what you're doing with your client process, and also cost you dearly in your profit. It could knock you down 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000. Not uncommon for businesses to go broke the first time that the bank, or first time that the owner actually takes a little bit of a break. And you don't need that drain in your bank. So what you want to do is you want to say to yourself, okay, what is it I need to learn at this second level? And I need to learn supervisory skills. I need to hire the right people. I need to understand a little bit more about personality and how to motivate. Now you're learning leadership skills. So our second level actually starts with skill sets. It's all about leadership, really. Your technical aspects and making that shift is really important for you to actually get to that next level. So I highly encourage that you start taking in some leadership. You start to understand how to manage. You start to learn that there's different styles of motivating each individual and how you can actually get that accomplished. It's really critical for your business. The third stage is now at the stage where you've actually got a nice machine running. You've got a number of people involved, maybe half a dozen or a dozen, or maybe 2 dozen, and maybe even bigger than that. I mean, you could have hundreds of people involved, but the concepts are going to be the same. You're going to have the key people involved that could actually run each division that you used to run yourself. So you'll have somebody in accounting, you'll have somebody in business development, or maybe a sales team, for instance. You'll have somebody in the technical side of things, and you'll oversee all of that. And when you're finding that you're at that stage, management's critical, supervisory skills are critical, leadership skills are critical. And even more so than that, you're going to find yourself in a position where, managing the business is a little bit harder because revenue needs to be kept in contact with the actual touch that you need so that you know what's going on. If you find yourself out of touch, or you leave it in capable hands, so you think, and you don't monitor it and get those benchmarks or those key, what I call performance drivers, or the performance indicators that you're going to need to manage your business, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble quick. And there's a lot of businesses that can actually get to that stage and turn around and find themselves in big difficulty really quickly because they don't have everything working the way that they want to, and they can't keep track of what's really happening. So by the time they see the mistake, whoa, way too late. So we don't want that for your business either, so just start watching and getting yourself systems so you can keep track of where you're at and what you're doing. Now, it's not uncommon for people to actually go through those stages very rapidly. And when you go through stage 1, 2, and 3 really rapidly, you're going to find that you're going to have multiple stresses and really have yourself in a position, if you don't have the background skills, that you're going to find yourself really struggling, and that's normal. It's just as common actually for people that grow too fast and kill their business as it is for them to grow too slow and kill their business. I know that's a controversial statement, but in fact it does happen. I see a lot of people go through a lot of challenges that actually kill their business. I want to encourage you, if you've ever had one of those moments where you're making good growth and progress and then all of a sudden hit a road bump, and if it seems to knock the wind out of you for 6 months or something before you can get it recalibrated, don't feel too bad. That's kind of normal. And the objective here is, of course, learning from your mistakes and moving forward. So let's talk about another thing that's actually happening right now in our economy. Our economy right now is going through a state of flux. It has been for a number of years. And the point that's really important here is our natural gut instinct in business is to pull back, cut expenses, and actually do what we can to increase revenue. When you start cutting back on expenses, some of the things that happen really, really quickly is we cut back on all of our marketing endeavors. We cut back in all of our business development endeavors, and we turn around and we start to silo ourselves or really get in our own little space. The minute that you start to cut back, the minute you cut back on revenue, you kill the engine to your machine. And when you start to kill the engine to your machine, you have nothing left to work with. So eventually you're going to have yourself in a very lacking kind of position. That's not good for business. So I'm going to throw something out at you, and I want you to think about this. I'm going to encourage you to kind of work with it because I really look at this as an opportunity more than it is a kind of a loss. So everybody's talking about different things from market retraction to recession, and some of the experts are doing that. I want to let you know that all those experts on TV you listen to probably don't have the right answer, and that's okay. But what you think is more important than the reality that's out there. If you make a commitment to not participate with the next upcoming downturn, I got to encourage you, you're going the right direction. So what do? Well, you know what? When everybody else is following the market or they're doing whatever and they're thinking that they need to retract and pull back on all their expenses and cutting back marketing, it's a huge opportunity for you to actually take over more market share. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want more market share so you can get to more people, talk to more people and have them as clients, and you can turbocharge your business revenue and actually push yourself way through the cycle, not even notice a turn down. So if you've ever bumped into one of those people in some types of industries, and they're the one odd person that actually has a story that says, you know what, we didn't experience the turn down, we didn't go there, we didn't experience it, I don't even know what you're talking about, we just kept going forward and getting more volume. That's exactly what they did. They stopped listening to all the naysayers, if you will, and got themselves really focused in on what they could do to seize the opportunity. So, when it comes to business, you got to know when you've got an opportunity, and the best thing that you can do is actually jump to the opportunity and seize it more often. So if you've been working hard for your money, and you've been working hard to gain more profit, and you're trying to build your business to the best of your ability, I'm with you. You got to know that we've created all of our different products and all of our different services to help you get where you need to go or where you want to go. And I'm really all about the entrepreneur making business work, and I believe it's the actual cornerstone of all of our industries in North America. So I want to encourage you as a business owner to continue to check out and get the information you need to move your business forward. At RG Performance Development, we specialize in making success simple. Our desire is to help you get where you need to go or want to go. We've got a lot of options in this website. Want you to check out all our free options. We've got one product right now that you can click on right below here. It's our 6-day e-course, and really it'll retail out at about $400 after I pull it off the e-course and put it down as a product. And you can have that all for free. All you have to do is sign up and get it, and we'll deliver it to you each day for a better part of a week. And you can get all kinds of inside information as well as videos and a whole workbook type of arrangement that you can work through. We've also got RG Performance University. RG Performance University is a self-learning education center, and if you're needing more information about that, please check out that webpage. Very economical. It's almost a no-brainer. If you're a business person looking to move forward, to actually get a hold of that and make a commitment to actually moving forward with that 1 day a week, so you can actually take an hour and put it to use. Learn some things that you don't have to hunt down on the internet and try and see if this is the real information or the wrong information. We're giving you the same stuff that we put in our coaching program, but we're now really putting it in a packet so you can actually take it and do it yourself. It's absolutely awesome. And the last but not least is I want to encourage you, if you have a lot of questions and they're specific to your industry, specific to your situation, don't feel bad at all to give us a phone call. So just get in there and put your name down and ask for a strategy session, and you can get the kind of information you've been looking for and get right to the point and start moving forward. We're with you, and we help to make success simple at RG Performance Development, and I encourage you on your journey.